And welcome back to the Hot Lap with the Rally Chile now officially in the history books. Well, Toyota, although the Drivers' Championship pretty much out of reach, they are fighting back. And that Teams, Constructors or Manufacturers' Championship, whichever you call it, is not impossible. So let's congratulate a certain Kalle Rovanpera winning the Chile Rally. But it wasn't all that simple, because Elfyn Evans did, for once, actually put up quite a fight, to the point where I was cheering him on. I thought, finally, Evans is going to win. But let's just say the fog absolutely ruined it for him. I mean, Chile went full-on Silent Hill 2. If you played the PlayStation, yeah, fog everywhere. Or Nintendo 64 racing game, I think one of the F1 games, fog everywhere. But here we go. So the winner was Kalle Rovanpera. As we mentioned, 23.3 seconds off was Elfyn Evans in the Toyota. Ott Tänak third. And Ott Tänak still potentially, I wouldn't say it's realistic, but if Neuville has an absolute mare at the next two rallies, he could sneak in there. Yeah, Neuville's teammate. And speaking of Neuville, he finished about a minute behind in fourth. Formo finished fifth. Obviously, he did have a slight penalty. Sixth was Pajari. Seventh was Monster. And that was your big rally, people. And then we obviously went on to Rally 2. Oliver Solberg, funnily enough, didn't do particularly great. So, here we go. This is rallyfish.co.uk. Rovanpera triumph at the what ended up being the final gravel rally. He secured his victory in the GR Toyota Hybrid, edging out his teammate. Now, he did make a cautious start, as it says quite rightly here, to the season, admitting that the Chilean to the 11th round of the season, and he admitted himself that the way the gravel was a bit different to other rallies, and he didn't really suit his driving style, even though he was fighting for the lead. He constantly said to the journalist there, interviewing him, that he wasn't particularly happy, but he remained unflappable in the difficult conditions, outpacing Evans and all but one of the final four stages to secure what was the 15th victory of his WRC career. Ott Tänak, once again, was on the podium. But here we go. It feels really good, smiled Rovanpera. Big thanks to the team, the car, and everything worked perfectly. The win actually feels like a good one. Friday did not feel so good, and the conditions were really difficult all weekend. So he said it feels really good. Neuville enjoyed a relatively drama-free run, but we thought we said that right at the beginning. Neuville is going to play safe. Why not? You've got a comfortable lead in the championship. Why wouldn't you? And our result, though, it moves him closer to what is his maiden title. He topped the standings by 29 points, just 2 rounds remaining. He can afford to lose a handful of points, as we know, to both Evans and Ogier at next month's Central European Rally, and still beat the title there, providing he outscores his teammate Tänak. That's going to be the big if, isn't it? So OJ salvaged maximum points from Super Sunday. His hopes for a 9th title now appear to be absolutely gone, sadly. It's weird. The minute he went full-time, it all went bad, didn't it? Formo was M Sport's top finisher in 5th, trailing Neuville by 1 minute 16 seconds. The Frenchman's result could have been even stronger had it not been for a 1 minute penalty, and that was a late check-in on Friday. Now, Toyota's rising star, Pajari, impressed by finishing 6th on just his second Rally 1 outing. Mr. Lappi, Esapeka Lappi, had his last ever rally. He was on course to finish 8th, but was forced to retire due to a damaged Hyundai radiator, which was a bit sad. With Lappi out, Citroen Rally 2's drivers Johan Russell and Nikolai Grayson were promoted to 8th and 9th overall, locking out the top 2 spots in WRC2. Now, the championship returns to Europe in about, I think, 3 weeks, to the Central European Rally, and that's the 17th and 20th of October, the penultimate round of the season. Now, when you wanted to see the points, the driver's points is right here. Neuville on 207, Ott Tänak on 178, Ogier on 166. Yes, the championship is not over, but Neuville can win the championship if he outscores Tänak and doesn't have a disaster against Ogier, and I think Evans as well. He can potentially do it, can't he? And because of that, Toyota World Championship boss, Lavala, he says it's a big relief for the team to be back in the manufacturer's title, and they pretty much did dominate Rally Chile. He'd all written off the title hopes. If you remember our preview, he was like, nah, he was almost throwing his toys out the pram thinking it's not going to happen. But Toyota issued the perfect response for a 1-2 with Rovanpera and Elvin Evans. Well done to them both. OJ led home a 1-2-3 for the Super Sunday, as in the Sunday. Yeah, it is a separate date. The points, and we'll get into that in a bit as well. But the point score has reduced Hyundai's lead to 17 points ahead of the Central European Rally next month. Having 2 devastating Sundays before Chile, it added quite a lot of pressure, like I said. But now, with this result, getting the maximum points in Chile with the Rally victory, the Super Sunday points, and the Power Stage, it really gets us back into the fight for the manufacturer's title. It's a big relief for us, for the Japanese side of the business. And he's saying we still have a chance. Now, Sesks has an absolute mare, despite, as we know, his talent. As we know, M Sport. Gregor wants to actually look quite good, I think, early on in Chile. But once again, yeah, it's Gregor Monster. But here we go. This did make me laugh. If we ever.
Martin's actually going to drive run through there with no rear wing. What happened?
What?
He didn't even know.
That's why we were now braking and I didn't even know.
No.
I don't know what happened.
Totally gone.
Really? Actually, I had no idea. Wow. All right.
Hire this man now. That's all I can say. M Sport, please, do the right thing and hire Martin Sesks. So I spoke with my great buddy Chris, the professor of rally, Mr. Rally himself, I like to call him, although he's a bit too humble for that. But he was talking about, obviously, the rally, and he's saying, obviously, stage wins. Why complain about part-time drivers? And this does make an interesting point, but he said stage wins in 2024 are now. He's got Calais at 47, Neuville at 43, and Auger at 41. And he basically says if Calais can win more stages than Neuville in only half as many rallies, then he's questioning whether Neuville deserves to be champion, which in a way, when you actually look at it, yeah, absolutely fair play. Now he talks about the mates in Chile. We've got Toyota 13, Ford 2, Hyundai 1. When was the last time Ford won more stages than Hyundai? And then once again, he's congratulating Citroën, who are now world champions in WRC2. And he's saying, and I completely agree, when you actually looked at the WRC2, and maybe if we've got time, we'll do a video about it this week. As always, when you watch the WRC2, and it's really annoying because the Rally TV completely cut it off. They cut off WRC2 sometimes, and Citroën is the world champion, but WRC2 is, in terms of competitiveness, if you like, is the better product. If you like your close rallies, and even a closer world championship. Oliver Solberg Stasny didn't do it either, and he's been really, really good this year. He just didn't do it. He didn't do it at all, and it's just really frustrating. So he's quite rightly he's saying for the WRC2, it is still very exciting. And the points are, obviously, we've got Solberg on 123, Rossell on 111, Pajai on 108, and Grayson on 66. Grayson is out, despite the only guy, still to have two. Grayson is out, despite being the only guy to still do 2 rallies, he says, which is interesting. So I think that's really interesting. We will be talking about the new point system. As we know, Chris and I very much don't like it. And he's got the FIA now defending this system, that it made Sundays more exciting. Nobody is doing slow anymore. But Auger had nothing left to lose, as we know. So he won the first 3 stages. Auger had a puncture on Friday, crashed on Saturday. As you know, once that happens, you've got nothing left to lose. You put all your eggs in one basket for the Sunday. And he said, for me, it wasn't at all. All 3 Hyundai drivers, both M Sport drivers, as well as Calais and Elvin, protected their Saturday points. So and absolutely you will, because if you don't finish on Sunday, you don't get the points on Saturday. You don't get the points for Saturday. They're kind of like holding the placer. I know. And I think the minute you need to explain in more than 2 or 3 sentences the point system, other than the man that wins the rally gets the most points. No, that's not the case. It really fails, doesn't it? It really fails. So There we go. And he even said if I was a Hyundai manager, I would calculate to go slow on Sunday and Toyota can't catch us. Yeah. Toyota had a 1-2 on Saturday, Hyundai 3-4. All these positions all needed to be protected on Sunday, but now the retired OGA element came in. Not even Calais and Elvin risked a lot. And that is absolutely true. And that is what's wrong. With the Sundays, I really want to get Chris on there, and obviously at the end of the season we will, and talk about the pros and cons and where we hope the new point system is going. But anyway, if you made it to the end of the ranting, please give us a subscribe, hit that notification button as well, so you do not miss a video, particularly if you are a rally fan. I'm trying to do at least 3 rally videos a week at the very least, and then we've only got 2 rallies left, and then we're into the off season. I also, funny enough, downloaded, I think on the PlayStation Store, they've got WRC 6 and 7 for like £1.50, £1.60 each. I did that. I most certainly will be playing them. Bit of a nostalgia there. But anyway, I digress. Stay safe, and we'll speak to you soon. Well, I do it all the time. I hit the wrong outro.